welcome to another episode of Spindle City Commentary. I'm hoping to get these out once or twice a week, and hopefully my co-host on Spindle City Straight Talk will also be there to help out and get this story of local, national, and international reprise out to you. As you can tell today, I am filming in the bunker, which gets to be very interesting. Not only do I film from my home, I now film from the bunker for the commentary section, and I film from the bunker on a regular basis for our TV show, Spindle City Straight Talk. As you noticed by our intro, we are moving forward with a new format and new information, and bringing us into the 21st century and beyond. And we like that, and you know, we want to thank all our help in getting this together. I'm going to talk a little bit about what happened in Fall River in the first 2 weeks so far of our new reign of the mayor. And you know, we have to say really what's happening. People are getting antsy, and I want to know why. But I think one of the things that people are missing a great deal is the fact that one of the main issues, I should say one of the main issues, but one of the issues that was very prevalent to a lot of people last year was the fact that pay-as-you-throw was not acceptable. They weren't going to do it. They didn't want anything part of it. And a lot of people are having a real difficult time on paying $2 a bag. And you have your supporters who say, oh no, this is a wonderful thing. But, you know, Fall River needs that money because they needed to find a way to override Prop 2.5. Not a good thing, in my opinion. I think that was probably one of the worst decisions they ever made. But hey, who am I? You know, I'm just a guy who sits on the sideline, and I don't know much. But I will tell you this much. Pay-as-you-throw is not the solution to Fall River's problems. Okay? The solution to Fall River's problems is to stop being a political patronage job factory. Okay? We give jobs away like they're cotton candy. You know, help my campaign, give me some money, I'll make sure you got a job. Paying $70,000, $45,000, whatever the case may be, $90,000. And really, you know, what bang for the buck are we going to get? And I got into a bit of a skirmish yesterday, with a gentleman who is running for city council. And he made the comment, and I always say very clearly to people, make sure you watch where you step. And he says, well, I don't have a problem paying more taxes. Fall River has one of the lowest tax rates in the state. Yeah, but we also have one of the lowest median incomes in the state. And the best part about it is, most of the people can't afford to pay any more taxes. They can't afford to pay $2 for a bag for trash. I personally believe that the people of Fall River should stop paying for the bags and stop using them. The fines that they intend to dish out, or have dished out, have just about all been overturned by the court because the law is illegal. The law doesn't make any sense. So you get a $300 ticket, you go to housing court, they throw it out. You get a $300 ticket, go to housing court, they throw it out. It's all minutia. You know, right now, if the people of Fall River really want to make a statement, and make a statement that resounds in Government Center, and resounds on the 6th floor, and resounds down at DCM, turn around and don't use the bags. Don't buy the bags. Don't pay for the bags. Heck, you pay $2 for a bag and it falls apart. What I did was I privatized my trash. And yes, I pay a little more, but it was all on principle. I won't give that money, extra money, to the city because they can't manage their budget. Because guess what? If I don't manage my budget, I go bankrupt. I don't have a house to live in. But the city doesn't manage their budget. They go, hey, guess what? You pay for it. Look at our retirees. They're getting the shaft right and left. They're getting the shaft right and left. The people who can least afford to pay it. And the city says, hey, too bad, you got to pay this. Fees which have been declared illegal or unconstitutional, I shouldn't say unconstitutional, illegal or not in a plan's best interests, such as collection fees, transportation fees, that labs and doctors, facility fees, I love that one, a facility fee, okay? This is a way for the hospitals, the doctors' offices, and everything to make a little extra money. They need the extra cash. So when you go to Charlton Memorial Hospital, or you go to St. Anne's Hospital, and they say to you as a retiree, well, we have a $150 facilities fee, remember, you have to pay for it. But guess what? Anyone who's in a quote-unquote regulated plan doesn't have to. So if you're on Medicare, if you're on Mass Health, if you have Blue Cross Blue Shield, you don't pay those fees. And they don't get included in your deductibles, and they don't get anywhere. And guess what? The facilities eat it. But they love getting plans like the City of Fall River Health Plan because you get shafted. Because the administration doesn't care. The people don't care. This is the problem with self-insurance. The city thinks they save money with self-insurance, or that's what they tout. That's not what's happening. What's actually happening is the city is shafting the people because the money that's in the health plan, which has been proven time and time again with lawsuits against the city, is a slush fund. They dip into that money all the time, and they take out of it for their pet projects to keep some neighborhood president happy or some group happy. So they dish into that money and they use it. Or better yet, political contributors. They keep them happy because they dip into that money to create a job or a project that they're going to get work from. That's what they do. And that's not what that money's for. It's just like the retirement package. Why is it an unfunded mandate? Because for years, the Commonwealth has said, we can use the money somewhere else. We won't force the cities and towns to pay it. But now that they're forced to pay it, they want you, the taxpayer, to suck it up and pay it and pay more in taxes. I don't think that's right. And I don't think it's fair. And I think that this is really ridiculous. A city with no jobs is going to turn around and say, you can pay more taxes. You can't do that. The wallet is empty. The butterflies, the moths, they don't even live in there anymore. There's nothing there for them. It's time for the people of Fall River to turn around and say, I'm done. They've done it once with the firing of a mayor. And they've elected another guy, and everyone says, give him a chance, give him a chance, give him a chance. But in the first 2 weeks, I have to look at this and say, I'm willing to give you a chance, but what are you going to do? The wounds are still fresh, Mayor Sutter. The wounds are still fresh. And when you are going to go out there and basically say, we need more people on to fix these finance problems, that's throwing money after money. What we need is, we need to go through every single department, one at a time. And I'm sorry, Mr. Sutter. I'm sorry, Mayor Sutter. In the worst way, I'm sorry. But it has to start in your office. You have to say, these jobs are not necessary. And if they are, show me the cost benefit. Show me why it's necessary. Where is that money necessary? Because if you're going to spend $70,000 on a job, and in return it's going to bring back $210,000, then cost-benefit analysis is obvious. But if we're going to spend $70,000 on a job, and it's going to bring back nothing, or it's going to cost us $70,000 plus benefits, then you have to say, I don't know. That's like hiring consultants like Fall River does over and over and over again. When we have 4 people doing the exact same job, also we can keep the political hacks in jobs. Why we keep funding the Fall River Office of Economic Destruction, because according to Michael Dion, if we don't, 2 people are going to be out of work. We are not an employment agency. We have to stop thinking that way. We have to stop thinking that Fall River is the be-all, end-all of the salvation of political flunkies. And if you think that way, then you end up hurting yourself and hurting your community. And that's the least that we want to do. That's truly the least thing we want to do. I want to hear from you. I want to know what's going on. I want to hear what's happening in your life in Fall River, so we can talk about it here and maybe address it in a way that people will start to listen. I've been told many times over to keep my mouth shut. Last night, as a matter of fact, I was told by a city councilor, you've got to stop being negative. You sound like a woman on the rag. I'm quoting this city councilor. And I was like, wow, that comment came out of your mouth. Amazing. Now, everyone can say you're a negative Nelly and you have nothing positive to say. But when the positive that's available is so few and far between, and you can barely see it, is there anything really to talk about? When we're looking at businesses that won't come here, when we look at a city councilor who turns around and says that by giving up the airport, we generated thousands of jobs in the Commerce Park, and we've created the biotech park where thousands of jobs are going to come from. I don't want to see where thousands of jobs are going to come from. I don't want to see where thousands of jobs have been. I want to see where thousands of jobs are. And you know what? It's a lie. It's a lie after lie after lie. And the people of Fall River don't want to hear the lies. The people of Fall River don't want to see the lies. They like living in their rose-colored glasses. And this is the problem with Fall River. Fall River is disease-ridden. Okay? It's like a cancer. It eats away at the fabric of Fall River and doesn't leave anything for anyone to feel good about. That's why people that I went to school with, that's why people that I grew up with don't live here. Because there's nothing left to Fall River to even think about being proud of. I remember as a child growing up in Fall River, on Patriots Day, which is not even a holiday anymore, we used to go down along Bedford Street. That's where all the parades were, by the way, if you remember. They were all held along Bedford Street, going right into downtown. And we'd wait there, and we'd have the Patriots Day parade. There'd be a Veterans Day parade, which went right along Bedford Street, right into downtown. Okay? We had parades over and over and over again. And now, what's our claim to fame in the sense of parades? Our claim to fame is the Christmas parade, which is a great job done by Carol Valcourt, Ken Pacheco, and the group of people who have donated so much time and energy to making this thing a success. But that's it? That's really our claim to fame? That's wonderful? We have businesses which are looking to jump ship as soon as possible. We have businesses that can barely make it but are kind of on the hook here for a while. Fall River needs to do something totally different, totally erratic, and totally unexpected. But to elect the same leadership of the city council again, which was an absolute failure last time, just says that Fall River is not looking to move forward, or at least the elected officials aren't. Because here's the problem. The elected officials currently in office, whether you're a school committeeman, a city councilor, mayor, state representative, you don't represent the will of the people. You represent the will of the politician. You have to make everything look so good for you so you can get reelected. And in turn, you steal, you rob from the people of Fall River. You rob from your constituency. And that's not a good thing. It really isn't. If the new governor of Massachusetts, Governor Charlie Baker, can turn around and say to every department in the state, hiring freeze is on, why can't Fall River do it? If it's good enough for the state, why isn't it good enough for us? Fall River needs to wake up. The death knell has been ringing long and hard. It's time to stop. And it's time to pull it up by your bootstraps, suck it in, and make sure that Fall River is and will be what it's supposed to be. Okay? A people of the people, for the people, and by the people. Maybe that's not good. Maybe it is good. I don't know. But that's what we are. We're the people. We're Fall River. So thanks for listening. And if you have any questions or concerns, send them to tips, T-I-P-S, at scstonline.com, and I'll be more than happy to answer them for you. Have a great day, and I look forward to talking with you all again.